What's good, YouTube? It has been a minute since I've made a little video like this before. However, I am here to answer all of the questions that you guys shoot me in my DMs, which are essentially just searching for the answer to this one question, which is, was the Columbia MFA worth it? Big question, because that school comes with a very, very big number associated with its tuition cost. The Columbia tuition is the thing that deters most of the people from taking that program or from even applying to it, or let's say you get accepted and then you have the big old question mark in front of you, which is, can I actually afford this? Like, can I make this happen for myself? The reality is that everyone's circumstances are very different. I don't know what your financial situation is like, but is it realistic or affordable for literally anybody on the planet to pay tuition that is about like $80,000 a year? Yeah, that's right, you heard me correct, about $80,000 a year. The Columbia Writing MFA program is about $37,000 per semester now for 4 semesters, almost $80,000 a year. The question is it worth it? Should any MFA be that price? The answer is no. No school program should ever be that cost. However, we are in America, okay? Where universities are essentially these institutions of profit. You know, they're privatized, they are a business. They are a multi-billion-dollar business. Whether I agree or disagree with that is neither here nor there, although I'm sure we can infer what my beliefs are about that. Now, I am not one of those students that come from families with money that can afford that. During my time there, I think a lot of my classmates, they're like, my mom's a doctor, my mom's a lawyer. We even had Steven Spielberg's son, okay? Steven Spielberg, the billionaire. So these are the types of peers that I was existing with. People that never had to think about money, how they were gonna afford anything. The reality is that there are a lot of us students where that is not our situation. And so the question is, should we walk through these doors that are already inherently gonna set us back financially than the people that are around us? And I don't have the right or wrong answer for any of you. Only you can look within and answer that for yourself. But I'm here to answer the question of, was it worth it for me? And I'm gonna share my experience. For myself, the answer is yes. I don't know if you can see this behind me, but this is, let's see. That is the cover of my book, Soft as Bones, which I did the bulk of writing during my time at Columbia. Sure, maybe I could have written this book if I was in a different program. I'm sure I would have come up with something also phenomenal. Maybe I could have written this book if I wasn't in any program. Actually, disclaimer, I don't think I could have written this book if that were the case, because contrary to what some people say, taking 2 years of your life to focus on your writing in your MFA revolutionizes your craft in a way that you wouldn't be able to do on your own. During an MFA, what are you doing? You're writing constantly, you're reading other people's work, you're giving critique on their work, and people are giving critique on your work. Now that's your standard MFA that any writing program is going to offer. While you're engaging with all of those activities, essentially what you're doing is you're honing your craft. You're laser focusing in on the craft of writing, honing in on editing, mastering your tone, your inflections, honing in your voice as a writer, which is essentially your thumbprint, your blueprint, your fingerprints, okay? Like, that is you. When people pick up your work, immediately when they start reading, you want to know who that is. You know, Toni Morrison or like Edgar Allan Poe, Carmen Maria Machado. You pick up their work and you know immediately who is writing that. And that's something that you get to do during your time at an MFA. It is 2 years uninterrupted where you focus on your writing, but also looking at writing as a technical skill filled with all of these components of characterization, of dialogue, and all of these beautiful things that you are going to be learning and perfecting while you're there. I'm going to give you one of the first reasons for why Columbia's MFA is above the rest. In addition to your workshops that you're doing with your peers and your professors, you have craft classes. A lot of MFAs don't offer this. And what's great about the Columbia one is so they have nonfiction, fiction, poetry, screenwriting, TV writing, all of these different genres that you're allowed to take no matter what genre you are in. So my time there, I took a couple fiction classes, I took some grammar classes, I took poetry classes, I took a TV writing class where I was able to find my voice as a screenwriter, which was amazing. And now here I am about to finish this short film and hopefully get it produced next year. This is one of the areas of why Columbia's MFA is a little bit more above the rest. Columbia, it has a reputation. With that reputation comes prestige, not just in the name in and of itself, even though that is true, true, but it attracts really brilliant people. Not only are you studying writing and focusing on your craft, but you're studying under some of the greatest minds. My mentors were Margot Jefferson, Pulitzer Prize winning genius, one of the most brilliant human beings I have ever met. Wendy Walters, who is a master of voice, a brilliant poet, and she's able to look at your work and see where it's trying to go and help you get there. And no other than Leslie Jameson herself. Brilliant nonfiction writer, essayist, incredible woman, writing extraordinaire, all of the beautiful things I can say about her. And so these are your mentors. You're taking an MFA, sure, you're focusing on your writing, great. You're learning how to critique, even better, because that allows you to look at your own work with a more critical eye. But you're studying under amazing mentors, literally amazing mentors that revolutionized my writing, like literally revolutionized my book, pushed me beyond my limits to what this book could be, embracing hybrid form, all of these amazing things that I don't believe would have happened for me if I didn't go to the Columbia MFA. And then not only that, but you get to take those master classes. And the extracurricular activities are actually unparalleled. For me, I really chose the Columbia MFA because they had the Incarcerated Writers Initiative, and I've always been very passionate about incarcerated populations. In my undergrad, I did research in prisons. I have always wanted to teach creative writing in prisons to marginalized communities because I really believe in the power of healing through writing, through storytelling. Using your voice to tell your stories is a very empowering, very liberating thing. During my time there, I served on the reading board. I did social media for them. And then I went on to be the director of the Incarcerated Writers Initiative. However, not all of you may be interested in that stream of work. A lot of people, they go to do an MFA because they also want to teach. They want to teach writing. And Columbia has CAT, which stands for Columbia Artists and Teachers, which is a program where master's students are placed in different schools across New York and they get to go and get that teaching experience. When I was there, I taught with children of promise, and so they're like elementary school levels where all of their parents are incarcerated, or they have at least one incarcerated parent. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to see why that was something that spoke closely to my heart, having been one of those children myself. The other thing is the network that you're going to be able to tap into, not just at Columbia, but in New York City, is massive. It was just by me being at Columbia that really set up the way for me to sell this book, for me to bring it into the position where it is now, set to be released in May 2025. I got a job at the Columbia Fitness Center and I met so many people who became such good friends to me. One of those friends happened to read an article that I posted with HuffPost. He was doing an internship at Folio Literary Magazine and he was like, damn, this is really good. I'm gonna send this to the agent that I'm working for. And so he did that, and she read my work, and then she bought my poetry books, and she read my essay, and she read everything that I had ever written. And that's who my agent is today. Just being in those spaces, tapping into those connections, but also living authentically to whatever your journey is gonna be huge. It's just gonna open up so many other doors for you that you didn't even know could be opened. It is an investment. This price tag is a massive number. This is more than most people make in a year, sometimes more than people make in 2 years. Just for 1 year alone. 80,000 times 2 is like $160,000. Let's say you are in the position where you're accepted, okay? And now you're staring down the barrel of this massive price tag. Number one, whoever is your point of contact at Columbia, they are your resource. They're gonna go to bat for you and try to get as much scholarship money from Columbia that they possibly can. When I got my initial scholarship offer, I think it was like $15,000 per year. And I'm like, well, that's not enough. Never accept the first offer that they give you. Never accept the first offer that they give you. I'm gonna say it one more time. Never accept the first offer that they give you. And that should be true across the board for anything. Know your value, know your worth, but know how to advocate for yourself. I ended up getting $40,000 per year in the end. That's $80,000 that I received in scholarship that paid for literally 1 whole year, which is massive. The other stuff I ended up paying for with a combination of things. I applied for a bunch of scholarships. I came from Canada, so I applied for like the Canada Arts Scholarship. I got a large scholarship from Inspire. I got another scholarship from Go Wildly Forward, which was from the Edmonton Folk Music Festival, who I volunteered for them for a number of years. And then the additional ones I paid for in student loans. I know what you're thinking. I don't want to have student loans, blah, blah, blah. Okay, get over it. If it is between you having a student loan and doing something that's going to make your dreams come true, or you not having a student loan and you continuing to do whatever else and not pursue your dream, give your head a shake, okay? Give your head a shake, pretend it is a little etch and sketch, shake that shit up and wipe it clean, because you are investing in yourself and you need to believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself and you have this irrevocable belief in yourself that I'm gonna make my dreams come true, I'm gonna write the best damn book I can possibly write, I'm gonna use every moment I can in this program to build positive connections, to tap into the network and to make it worth it, then I promise you it will be worth it. The universe responds to our thoughts and our intentions. It really, really does. And I will tell you one little small fact too about student loans. I'm not sure if you're applying through Canada, maybe you're applying through the US student loans. However, there is a tiny little loophole caveat that most people don't know about. If you make under, I think it's like $45,000 a year or something like that, then you qualify for a $0 repayment plan. If you are on that $0 repayment plan for, I think, and in Canada it's 5 years. I think in the US it's a little bit longer, maybe 8 years or something like that. The government wipes it clean. It's gone. Poof. Magically gone. Let go of that fear of having that loan, because there are repayment plans that are affordable for everyone across the board. It is an investment in yourself. You're gonna get that paid off. It's gonna be gone and your dreams will come true. You're gonna go and get that book deal. You're gonna be able to use that book deal money to maybe pay off some of your student loan. You're gonna be able to use that MFA degree, leverage it for a teaching position in conjunction with your book. It's gonna be okay. My time at Columbia, I was the social media manager for the Columbia Journal. I served on the reading board for the Incarcerated Writers Initiative. I became the director of the Incarcerated Writers Initiative. I worked at the Columbia Fitness Center, where I met amazing people who became some of my best friends. I built extremely close relationships with my professors. I took so many master classes, craft classes, I took different seminars, lectures, everything that all helped me cultivate the voice that exists today, which is all inside of my book, Soft as Bones. So do not lead with fear, be courageous, take those leaps, move to a different country. I moved here with nothing but 2 suitcases and sold all of my belongings back home. That's how much I believed in myself, even though the first year was a struggle. Financially, your girl was struggling, okay? But academically, I was thriving. My personal life was expanding. My mind was expanding. So if you can take that kind of financial burden on your shoulders, then do it. People don't become doctors by taking some back alley course. They have to invest, get student loans to do their dreams. Because are you gonna be happy if you're working at Trader Joe's for the rest of your life? I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. You gotta look within. But if it's your dream to go into an MFA, become a professor, write a bomb-ass book that's gonna come out 10 times better coming out of this program than it ever could have not taking the program, then the answer is do it. So, sum it all up. Was the Columbia MFA worth it? For me, 100%. I made all of my dreams come true by doing this program. Will it be worth it for you? You have to look within yourself and ask, am I worth it? Do I want this? Am I gonna make the most out of every second of my time there? And if the answer is yes, then the answer is yes. Another small tip just before we sign off, I'm not sure which countries maybe you're coming from. Perhaps there are no available options for you to get a student loan. In these cases, Columbia itself will issue private institutional loans for you. So thank you very much for signing on and listening to this video. I hope that it was helpful when making your decision about if the Columbia MFA is right for you. It was right for me. You're gonna know what's right for you. Go with the gut, lead with your heart. I love you all so much. Stay tuned. Keep following me to see more Soft as Bones stuff. Coming out May 27th, 2025. Link is in my bio. Pre-order the book here. I love you all so much. Thank you. Bye.